Okay, it's another day of working, and I'm getting ready to do something scary. So I did finally find a format of a battery that fits, and I do have a clamp for it. It's just not on. So that's all of our cabling. Some of it's a little temporary because I did not like the fuse we have for that subwoofer. This thing here, it can't mount, so I ordered one, so we can deal with that later. That's not a biggie. But before I arc across the battery, which has no protection of any kind and will just deliver all the current right now, we're going to use the jump pack, which does have protection. I have the fuse out for the Holly. I think the other thing I'm going to do before we go too far is unplug the ignition. Okay, because we don't want to just sit and cook that. But we will test to make sure that it works. But so that's that. I don't remember what I've got for fuses. I did just put more air in the tire. I don't think I got a ton of fuses in yet. Nah, just for lights and stuff. So that's a good place to start. Let's start with lights and stuff. So close the door. We got the radio off so we can hear any sizzling. And we will be smelling for stuff. So with this, you gotta turn it on. It doesn't see a battery, so you gotta put it in override. Okay. Nothing crazy happened. I don't smell any fire. I don't see any fire. Let's see if we're getting power in places that we're expecting some. So I'm gonna go ahead. I've already ohmed it out, and the radiator, believe it or not, is not a bad ground. It's only like 1.2 ohms. So I should have, yep, I've got power here, which means I should have power here, and I do. And on the control sides, I also have power. That's the fan relays. So that's good. I got a feeling that if I go in here and flip that halo switch, I have halos. Let's see, we have courtesy lights. That's a good start. And let's go see if we have halos. I'm expecting that we will, but who knows? Oh yeah, we've got our halos. Okay, let's check for headlights themselves. Okay, that should be running light. So let's come back. Okay, we've got running light. And if I come around the front, yeah, we've got markers. Okay, so we got running light. And let's go for actual headlights, which obviously we have. You can see how bright those are. Okay, so let's go ahead and shut that down. So that worked. All right. Okay. I am going to start plucking in a few fuses. We'll be back. Put an awful lot of fuses in, so I don't smell any fire or anything yet. So in this portion of the harness with the key off, I should not have anything at radio, and I don't, but I should on the clock, and I do. I should on the cigarette lighter if I can get in there. Come on, you. And I do. Okay. Alright, so we know halo is working. Oh, this is always nerve-wracking the first time you turn the key. Oh. Hey, seats work. Sweet. Look at that. The little Kaiser thing is lit up on this side. So, alright. I don't remember if this tumbler has an accessory. Oh, it does. Something just happened. Okay, the license plate flipper went down. So you can see. So that works in accessory and in ignition. That's important to note. Okay, let's just take a look around, take a little smell. Okay. Oh, we want to check this Kaiser too. Look at that. That one lights up too. So, oh wait, check the seat. All right. So that works. Okay. All right. I think I need to spend a minute seeing what runs under accessory and trying it out. I don't know if the fan works in accessory. It does. Sweet. Okay. All right. What happened? Wow, I cannot reach that key. Okay, I think the license plate flipper just went again. Okay, she went up because we're technically not in run yet. One more click. Okay, the Dakota just did stuff. And that makes me happy. Ah, look at that. It works too. Okay, can't really set it all up yet. But that's fine. I'm not worried about that right now. Okay. Yeah, it hasn't been set, so nothing's going to work. Yeah, nothing's going to work. None of that's been set up yet. And there is no gas. So that is very accurate. But until we sit and play with stuff. Set fuel sender. Yeah, it wants us to set all kinds of stuff. So until we monkey with that, which we're not going to bother with right now. That's working. Wipers. Those work. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's working. Okay, so we have wipers. We have the heater. The seats work. I'm assuming we now have radio power. Yep. And, or, you know, CB power, radio power, still lighter and still battery. Seats work. Okay. Do that. Okay. Oh, I should grab that light and we'll go see if the ignition is hot. It should be. Alright, come here, light. Remember we unplugged the ignition module a minute ago? Because there's no reason to let that just sit and get hot while we're playing around. But that should be powered. And it is. Okay, I have the fuse out of the sniper. I don't even want to monkey with that until we have an O2 sensor hooked up. So we can only get so far with our checks right now. The important thing is the seats work and the radio stuff works, which is really all the interior guys should need. We are not going to have the starter hooked up when it goes. It's hooked up right now because I want to do some testing, but it won't be, you know. And the starter, let me grab a light so you can see a little easier. Because there's only so many ways I can route cables, this great big heavy cable is running to that stud. You can see it right here. And then that is our breakout point. That would normally be on a GM vehicle, the stud on the bottom of the starter. So we just moved it up here. This one on the outside, that goes down to that stud on the starter. The blue and brown wires are the feed from the alternator and the feed from the cab. Those are the fusible links. And then there is that little 40 amp fuse back there. That's that power point for the fans and for the halos. So I actually am pretty happy here. Everything seems to be working. The license plate is down. We had already tested lights before, so we know brakes and all that stuff work. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, I know a thing we want to check. Let's go inside and pop her in reverse. See if that works. Oh, geez. That's a long way forward for a short guy like me. Okay, I just went in reverse, I think. Oh, I wonder if I gotta turn something on here. Because I know we played with this before, so I know we made it work once before. I just don't know what all we have to do here. Okay, drive. Okay, reverse lockout. I gotta lift. Oh boy. Yeah, that's easy with one hand. There we go. Look at that. The mirror is working. I'm pretty sure the brake light works. Okay. So, there. So we'll go from there. So far the only problem I found is the little slider for that guy. I can't get it aligned for reverse, neutral, and park to all work with the little bit of play that's in the shifter. So I'm extending the reverse to both sides, and then I will trim that down so that it fits the window so that I can make neutral and park work correctly, because I really care about those a lot more than I do about reverse, and I think that's the one I can fine tune. You'll see they just got little bumps in here to set those micro switches, and you know, must be a little more play in this tranny than they expected. Okay, I tried it. That is not the bump that runs reverse. Apparently it's this end, so I've got a new batch of epoxy in there, extending that about a little less than 1/8 of an inch. We can always trim it back. Closing out this Henry video, I think. So I did print up the actual what everything is and what its fuse is. We've got a battery mounted. I'm still waiting for the fuse for the subwoofer. Don't worry about that. That'll happen before it goes, I hope. I've done a lot of remolding and a lot of work on that little slider thing right here. You can see it. So now I'm in neutral. I can bump the motor. Okay, to go into reverse, I got to push this down, and now I can go to reverse. And I'm going to wiggle the shifter. See, it stays in reverse. And now I'm going to slide her into park. So see that went away. So yeah, at this point, every circuit that I can test works. So we're going to fold these guys up and put them back in their bag. I've got, like I said, the only thing I've still got left to do is that subwoofer. I've got all the leftover bits and bobs all sitting here. Obviously she's going to need a nice clean at some point, but you know how that goes. Let's turn that off. License plate flipper flipped back up. Now I haven't tested any fuel system stuff or ignition stuff or anything like that. Don't worry about that. We'll get there. There's more wiring and stuff underneath yet. And before it leaves, the lead right here that goes to the starter is actually going to come off and get taped and put to the side so that the interior guy can still run power to move seats and do all the stereo stuff. So yeah, at this point, I think ShopDog says we got a lot of cars coming today. We got things to do. So thanks for watching. And just remember, ShopRex always says safety first.